Have you ever heard your own child say something so painful, it stopped you cold? Sometimes, just a few words can shatter years of love and leave a parent questioning everything. For many mothers and fathers, those moments mark a turning point, the instant they realize the relationship may never be the same again. In this video from Glow Life, we'll uncover 7 specific things your kids might say that should never be ignored. These aren't simple disagreements or emotional outbursts, they're signs of deep disrespect, manipulation, or emotional harm. If you've ever wondered how far is too far, or when love turns into self-sacrifice, this video will help you recognize the line between forgiveness and self-protection. You'll learn what these 7 warning phrases sound like, why they're so damaging, and what they reveal about the deeper dynamics in your family. For many parents, especially in later years, the hardest lesson is understanding that walking away doesn't mean giving up. It means finally valuing yourself. Stay until the end, because hearing these truths could change how you see your role as a parent, protect your emotional well-being, and give you permission to reclaim peace in your own life. If you've ever been torn between love and self-respect, this message is for you. Let's begin. Number 1. The weapon of "you were never a good parent." Few statements can cut deeper than being told you were never a good parent. For many, these words strike at the heart of decades of sacrifice, love, and hard-earned wisdom. When a child dismisses your entire history together with a sweeping accusation, it's not just an argument. It's a deliberate attempt to erase your value, question your intentions, and rewrite your life story in the most hurtful way possible. Hearing this from your own child feels like a punch to the gut. It can make you question every decision you ever made, every birthday you planned, every night you spent worrying and working so they would have a better life. It is one thing for a child to express frustration or disappointment, but it's something entirely different when they claim you were never a good parent at all. This kind of statement is not about a specific disagreement. It's a total rejection of your identity, your love, and your presence in their life. For some, this accusation is used as a weapon in arguments, a way to gain the upper hand, or to guilt you into doing what they want. For others, it may come out in moments of anger, but if it's repeated, or if it's used to justify hurtful behavior, it becomes a form of emotional abuse. The pain of these words can linger for years, making it difficult to move forward, or even trust your own memory. You are not defined by a single moment, or by someone else's anger. Your worth as a parent comes from a lifetime of showing up, caring, and trying your best, even when things didn't go perfectly. If you hear this phrase from your child, especially more than once, it may be a sign that the relationship has crossed a boundary where your dignity is at risk. No one deserves to have their entire legacy denied, or their spirit broken by those they love most. Recognizing this kind of language for what it is, a red flag, not a truth, can help you take the first steps toward protecting your own heart and future. Sometimes, the healthiest choice is to honor your own journey, walk away from the pain, and never look back. Number 2. The cruelty of "I don't owe you anything." There's a unique kind of hurt that comes from hearing your own child say, "I don't owe you anything." These words go far beyond a disagreement about boundaries or independence. They are a deliberate denial of the bond that once connected you as family. For many parents, this statement is not just cold, it is cruel, carrying with it the message that every sacrifice, every late-night worry, and every moment of unconditional love meant nothing at all. It's not uncommon for grown children to seek their own lives, to set boundaries, or to assert their independence. But when a child looks you in the eye and tells you that you are owed nothing, not gratitude, not kindness, not even basic respect, it is a sign that the relationship has shifted into dangerous territory. This phrase is often used as a tool to excuse selfishness, to justify neglect, or to close the door on any hope of reconciliation or understanding. For parents in their 60s, 70s, or beyond, this can be especially devastating. The years spent nurturing, guiding, and providing do not vanish the moment your child grows up. When your child uses this phrase, they are effectively erasing the value of everything you gave, as if the past has no meaning, and the present has no obligation to acknowledge it. Sometimes this phrase comes out during financial disagreements or conversations about inheritance, but its real impact goes much deeper. It is about emotional debt, the unwritten contract of mutual care and respect that should bind families together. When a child refuses to recognize that bond, it signals a fundamental break, one that can be nearly impossible to repair. If you find yourself on the receiving end of this phrase, remember you deserve more than cold dismissal. You are worthy of respect and appreciation, not because you demand it, but because you have given so much of yourself for so many years. If a child insists they owe you nothing, it may be time to protect your own heart and consider whether maintaining the relationship is truly in your best interest. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed to Glow Life yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3, the chill of I want nothing to do with you. Few sentences land with such finality as, I want nothing to do with you. When these words come from your own child, the effect is like a door slamming shut on years, sometimes decades of love, connection and shared memories. This isn't a heat-of-the-moment outburst, or the temporary silence that sometimes follows a big argument. It's a declaration of complete rejection, a deliberate attempt to remove you from their life entirely, as if you are no longer family at all. For many parents, hearing this phrase leaves a deep scar. It calls into question your worth, your role in the very foundation of the family you built. While every family has ups and downs, a statement like this signals that the relationship may have moved beyond repair. It becomes nearly impossible to hold on to hope when your presence is so flatly denied. This phrase is often used as a weapon when a child wants to assert total control or to escape from any sense of obligation or responsibility. It may be triggered by disagreements over money, lifestyle choices, or even old wounds that were never properly healed. In some cases, it is wielded to punish a parent for mistakes, real or perceived, with no room left for forgiveness or understanding. Parents who hear this statement sometimes go to great lengths to restore contact or to mend the rift. But when your child is determined to keep you out, every attempt at reconciliation can feel like another rejection. The pain can be overwhelming, leading to sleepless nights, sadness, and self-doubt. But it's vital to remember that no one, no matter how close the relationship once was, has the right to erase your value or cut you off without cause. If you have done your best, apologized where necessary, and reached out in good faith, you have fulfilled your duty as a parent. There comes a time when the healthiest, most respectful thing you can do for yourself is to step back, honor your own boundaries, and stop chasing after someone who wants nothing to do with you. Choosing your own peace is not a failure. Sometimes it's the only way forward. Number 4, the heartbreak of you're just a burden. There may be nothing more wounding than hearing your child say, you're just a burden. These words strike at the core of every parent's deepest fear that their needs, their presence, or simply growing older has made them unwanted or unloved by the very people they once cared for so selflessly. For seniors especially, this accusation can feel like the cruelest rejection of all, as if everything you gave and everything you are is now viewed as an inconvenience to be managed or ignored. This phrase doesn't just reflect frustration with the natural changes that come with aging, it reveals a lack of empathy, compassion, and gratitude. When a child reduces a parent to a burden, they strip away years of love, support, and sacrifice, leaving only the hardships. It ignores the circle of life where care moves both ways as families grow and change. For a parent who spent decades nurturing, guiding and protecting, to be dismissed in this way is both deeply unjust and profoundly isolating. Such words are rarely said in isolation. They often come after a series of comments or behaviors that chip away at your self-esteem, snide remarks about your health, impatience with your pace, or eye rolls when you need a little extra help. These subtle signals, building over time, can make you question your worth and wonder if you are truly wanted or loved. If this phrase appears more than once, or is used to justify neglect, withdrawal of support, or outright abandonment, it is a sign that the relationship has crossed a critical boundary. You deserve better than to be made to feel like an unwelcome guest in your child's life. Everyone deserves to age with dignity, respect, and a sense of belonging, especially from their own family. When faced with such cruelty, it is not selfish to choose your own peace. Sometimes the healthiest step is to distance yourself from the source of pain and surround yourself with those who recognize your true worth. Remember, you are not defined by another's inability to appreciate you. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed to Glow Life yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 5. The control of "you have to do what I say." When a child declares, "you have to do what I say," it is often more than a simple request or a disagreement about family matters. These words reveal a power shift where the child tries to take control of your decisions, your finances, or even your day-to-day life, treating you less as a respected elder and more as someone to be managed or dominated. For many older parents, this kind of statement brings a wave of confusion and indignity, as if the years of guiding and teaching have been turned upside down. It can start subtly with well-meaning advice or offers to help with bills and appointments. But when help turns into orders and care transforms into commands, the balance is lost. This phrase often appears during discussions about where you should live, how you should spend your money, or whom you are allowed to see. If you hear this message regularly, it's a sign your independence and dignity are being threatened. This kind of controlling language may be justified as for your own good, but when it's used to override your choices, silence your opinions, or push you into unwanted situations, it becomes a serious red flag. Some children use this approach to gain access to a parent's finances, control their property, or keep them isolated from other loved ones. Others may simply wish to impose their own will, disregarding your right to make decisions, even if those choices are different from what they would prefer. The emotional impact can be devastating. Parents may feel trapped, second-guess their own judgment, or become anxious about voicing their needs. The result is often a slow erosion of confidence and joy, replaced by a sense of helplessness or resentment. If you find yourself being told, "you have to do what I say," and your boundaries are being dismissed, it is vital to remember that you have the right to autonomy, respect, and the freedom to make your own choices. Standing up for yourself is not only your right, it is essential for your well-being and self-respect. Number 6. The ultimatum of "if you don't do this, you'll never see me again." Few statements carry as much emotional weight as the ultimatum, "if you don't do this, you'll never see me again." This phrase turns love into a bargaining chip and uses your deepest feelings against you. For parents, especially those in their later years, such words can create a storm of guilt, fear, and desperation, leading you to make choices you would never otherwise consider just to avoid being cut off from your child or grandchildren. Ultimatums like this are about control, not compromise. They are rarely about genuine boundaries or healthy communication. Instead, they are attempts to force you into submission by threatening the one thing you value most, your relationship. It may appear during arguments over money, family decisions, or disagreements about the past. No matter the subject, the impact is always the same. You're left feeling powerless, afraid of loss, and pressured to sacrifice your own needs or beliefs for the sake of keeping the peace. When a child uses this kind of emotional blackmail, it undermines the foundation of trust and love that healthy families are built upon. You may begin to question your own worth, wondering if you really deserve such treatment, or if it's possible to make things right. But relationships based on threats and fear are never truly secure. The love you have offered over a lifetime should not be held hostage to someone else's demands. This kind of manipulation can erode your confidence and sense of self, replacing it with anxiety and sadness. Some parents comply with every request, hoping to prevent the dreaded outcome, only to find the ultimatums keep coming, each more demanding than the last. If you recognize this pattern, it is important to know that love cannot thrive in the shadow of threats. You have the right to dignity and self-respect, no matter what anyone says. Choosing to step away from relationships built on ultimatums is not a sign of weakness, but an act of courage and self-care. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed to Glow Life yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 7. The dismissal of "you're dead to me." The final, most devastating phrase a parent can hear is "you're dead to me." With these 4 words, a child does more than express anger. They erase your existence, shutting the door on any hope of reconciliation or understanding. This is not just a statement made in the heat of an argument. It is a deliberate act of emotional violence intended to cause maximum pain and leave you feeling utterly alone and discarded. For parents who have given their heart and soul to their children, being spoken to in this way is beyond heartbreaking. It can feel as though everything you've done, every sacrifice, every late-night worry, every moment of care, has been erased in an instant. This phrase is used to sever all ties, to deny your place in their life, and to strip away your identity as a parent. Some children use these words to punish, to manipulate, or simply to end the relationship on their own terms. Whatever the motivation, the impact is the same: deep, lasting grief, and a sense of loss that can linger for years. This dismissal can come after long-standing conflicts, family disputes, or even as a cruel surprise when least expected. When you are faced with such a final rejection, it is important to remember that your worth is not defined by another's inability to love or forgive. You deserve to be treated with dignity, and you have every right to protect yourself from ongoing harm. Grieving the loss of a child while they are still living is a unique kind of pain, but it is possible to find healing, purpose, and new connections beyond the relationship that has ended. No parent should have to carry the burden of being dead to their own child. If you hear these words, give yourself permission to mourn, to heal, and to walk away, if that is what's best for your emotional health and future happiness. Sometimes the only way to move forward is to let go of what cannot be changed, and to honor the life and love you still have within you. Final thoughts. As we close this video, take a quiet moment to reflect on the 7 phrases we've discussed. Did any of these hit close to home? Maybe you recognized your own experience in the stories and examples, or perhaps you realize that your pain and confusion have a reason. It takes tremendous courage to face hurtful words from your child, and even more to consider walking away, especially after a lifetime of caring, teaching, and loving with all your heart. What stands out is not just the pain of what was said, but the strength it takes to protect your own dignity, happiness, and peace of mind. It is never selfish to step away from those who harm you, even if they share your blood. Healthy boundaries are not about punishing anyone. They are about honoring yourself and allowing space for healing and new beginnings. If you have heard any of these phrases, know that you are not alone. Many parents have faced similar heartbreak and found that over time they could rebuild their confidence, find new joy, and open the door to friendships and communities that value them for who they are. Moving on doesn't erase the love you gave, but it does let you reclaim your own future. Thank you for joining Glow Life today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.